as I sit here. We read a story about a kid from college that allegedly, doesn't sound too good for him, raped and violated this girl and took it way too far. So we're going to chat about this now with Dr. Charley. Is that fair? Ferrer?
Yeah, Dr. Charley Ferrer.
Hey, Charley. How you doing, Dr. Charley? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so
excellent.
All right, so you're a clinical sexologist and BDSM educator. Is this correct?
Correct.
All right, tell me what all right, define clinical sexologist.
A clinical sexologist is a therapist and someone who works with educating individuals about sex, researching about human sexuality.
Okay.
And, think of Dr. Ruth.
Oh, God. Please.
Yes,
come on.
But I'm taller and younger.
Come on, Dr. Ruth. Is she still living? She's got to be 90 and like 4 feet 1.
She's still around.
Oh,
she's
God.
still around. Wonderful woman.
Yes, no, she is. You just don't think those words are coming out of that little old lady's mouth. You know what I mean? Right? I mean, She says, what? What'd she say? Anyway, so tell our audience, because, people, they hear the word BDSM. What is exactly BDSM? What is that?
Well, BDSM is actually an acronym used for identifying dominance, bondage, dominance, sadomasochism. And it's part of what's used in the community, in the lifestyle of dominance and submission, as a catch-all phrase for individuals that are in the lifestyle. Basically, what dominance and submission is a power exchange between two or more individuals that are interacting at a more intense physical or emotional, psychological level. And I want to preface that with the fact that this is a relationship between individuals that's consensual. This is something that they agree to interact with each other on this level. I know you started out the show with talking about someone's criminal act.
Yes.
And that is not what we do.
No, I know. No.
What people in the lifestyle do.
This is
so
why
I just want to make sure your audience understands that what individual did was actually a crime.
Well, here's my point. But hang on a second.
Yeah, that's why we had you on.
See, here's my point. Okay, the reason why I have you on is because I was just looking at Facebook, and whether the community, the BDSM community, was against the 50 Shades of Grey because, like what you're saying, things have to be consensual. That woman took a real beating in the movie. I didn't see it. I heard it from a lot of people. I mean, these things can happen. So what we're really trying to do, seriously, and I'm not making jokes, is like educate a little bit. I mean, and let them know what's involved. It's just not like, it's no big deal if you tie your partner, arms, a big deal. I mean, so what? I mean, you tie him with a rope or a nylon or something, or put a blindfold on. But when you start to get rolling, you guys, things have to be consensual, I'm sure. I mean, we're common sense show here. I mean, it's not, this is not something you need to.
Things should always be consensual. And that's the piece of, a lot of the individuals in the community have been torn between what the movie portrays and what actuality.
That's why we have you on.
So you have a division within the community about the movie.
Really?
The beautiful thing about the movie is the fact that it did open the topic for discussion. A lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people are being more open and open-minded when they discuss the topic, when they have a friend that says, well, I'm also into that. And instead of saying, oh, well, there must be something wrong with you, they say, well, why? So now we have the why factor in there. The bad piece about the movie is the fact that it actually portrays the same, the same, oh, this person must be broken, or they're only waiting for true love, or they're doing it because they don't know any better, or they had something happen in their past, and that's why they're here. So the movie continues to perpetuate the misconception that individuals in the lifestyle are broken in some way. And so that's where the community says, wait a minute, this isn't correct. Then you have individuals that are trying things out from the movie, and taking it out of context and saying, oh, well, the movie said this, or, the only, because I actually had an interview with someone. They said, well, you can't be a dominant because in the book it said only the men were dominant. And I'm going, how many times did you fall on your head for that one?
Isn't that actually much less the case? Isn't the female many times more than not dominant?
In most places, yes, the woman is the dominant one. But understanding that there's different aspects of dominance and different levels of dominance that are out there. Also, what you see portrayed now is more of the male dominant, the female submissive, because of the movie.
Right.
And most of the movies that have come out have always been with the male being in the role. And I think that's more of what our society is willing to accept. Either you see the women as being submissive or the people being criminally sadistic against each other. And I throw in, I coined the phrase of criminal status compared to lifestyle status because of the fact that in the lifestyle, your interaction with someone is not about injuring them. It's not about being malicious. It's not about hurting them or beating the crap out of them. It's about sharing an intensity and emotional and physical interaction with your partner. Whereas in a criminal status situation, like you described at the beginning of the show, that individual was just after whatever he wanted to do. And this was what he was going to do.
Do you think
as any criminal out there.
Do you think the movie perpetuated, though? Do you think the movie may have perpetuated his, or he would have done it all along anyway? He said he got the idea from the movie. I mean, I'm not saying that.
I think somebody that would do such a thing didn't just get it out of the movie. I think it would have been in there, in his makeup. The movie just gave him an excuse.
Did you see? Did you see the movie?
A lot of that happening.
Did you see the movie?
I did, actually. I wasn't planning to because of the negative aspects of it, based on the community, not on the DS itself. But I did see it because so many people asked me. I didn't see any kind of non-consensual act in the movie from what was being portrayed, from what the actors had agreed to. I did see a lot of overacting. I did see a lot of bad acting. I mean, if you actually take this movie and take out the DS element, you have a boy chasing a girl, and not very great acting, and not, and you just have a regular, he's broken, she's trying to fix him, they're going to find love, they're going to be together, and they're going to have some stress along the way. Mm-hmm. The only thing that's really pushing this movie forward is the fact that they threw in some scenes of, spanking, of whipping, of tying someone up. And that's the only thing that's pushing this movie. Just like, 10, 15 years ago, we had Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise. The only thing that made that movie interesting was the fact that they had one little scene where everybody had robes and there was a blindfold scene and so on. But otherwise, the movie just was atrocious. I think in our society, we need to start understanding what dominance and submission is all about and how people interact with each other in this lifestyle and what's true and what's not.
So what is it all about, Doctor?
Understand when it's inappropriate.
So
dominance and submission is actually an interaction, an emotional, psychological, physical interaction of consensual interactions with two or more individuals. And it's just a different way of loving. It's just a different way of expressing each other. And we actually already interact in many of the DS ways in our vanilla relationships and everyday relationships.
How's that?
We just don't call it that.
So like husband making the majority of decisions, wife has to submit to his will, to his decision on a subject.
Or the other way around when you have a female-led relationship. Yeah. Also, I'll give you a really easy example.
Please.
Have you ever given a hickey or received a hickey?
Yes.
Yeah, those are fun, right?
Yeah, until somebody calls you out.
Stop it.
Yeah, but what's the best thing about a hickey?
You didn't see it coming.
No.
Oh.
The best thing about a hickey is the fact that you can go and show all your friends.
Oh,
and you can say, hey, look, this person is mine. Look, I gave him a hickey. Everybody now knows that person belongs to me. That person is going out with me. That person, you leave them alone. Or if you're the one with the hickey, the first thing you do is go, hey, bro, see what you did. See what happened. Look at this. You know, women do it too. Oh, look at what he did to me. So it's the fact that in the DS community, we have the same thing. We like to mark our partners. We just tend to mark them in different ways.
How do you do that? You brand them? How do you mark them?
Well, it depends. I mean,
well, give me an idea. It depends. Tell me.
You can do a spanking on somebody and turn their butt red. And
but
so
that
you'll
hurt.
see that person turn around and show their little tush to their friends.
It hurts.
And say, hey, look at what I did.
You mean to tell me I'm supposed to show my tush to my friends after I got the crap beat out of me?
You want to.
Geoff, you're a self-proclaimed John Mellencamp fan. The song says, hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. Am I right?
Exactly. But also understanding that, the one thing that I tell people is that, dominance and submission is where the LGBT community was 20 and 30 years ago. 20 and 30 years ago, it was thought that you were, mentally deficient in some way if you were gay or lesbian. Whereas now we have the same thing in the DS community where people outside of it say, oh, well, there must be something wrong with you. You must have had trauma or something, because that's what's making you do these things, where that's not true. Yes, there are some individuals, just like in any society, that may have had trauma in their past, and so they act out. But in a DS relationship, you're actually doing it from a different perspective. You're actually doing it because you want to be a little more intense. And I'll give you another example. Have you ever had a fight with your partner?
Never.
Oh, come on.
Come on, of course.
You mean this week?
Of course.
Or every 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes. And what do you do after that fight?
Makeup.
Makeup. And what's sex like?
Oh, makeup sex. Seinfeld. You miss makeup sex. How do you miss makeup sex?
You can't miss it.
Come on, you can't miss makeup sex. Come on, Doc.
Makeup sex.
Right.
But here's the point.
Yeah.
When you have the fight, you have to have the fight in order to have the makeup sex.
Right.
The makeup sex is passionate and wild and primal and savage, and you're just like, oh, I'm going to give it to you, and you're mine. Right?
Mama.
DrCharley.com.
DrCharley.com is the greatest. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's where I'm going to show you.
We need her in here. We need her in here once a month.
That side of the glass, please. I'm scared.
I'm
very vanilla, doctor.
She's beautiful. Go ahead, Doc.
So now you have this makeup sex that's just like that. Well, imagine having that makeup sex without having to fight.
I got you. But
that's what DS is like.
Let me ask you.
You don't have to fight with your partner in order to do this. You just have to say, honey, these are the pieces that I want in our relationship. Can we have that? And you both consent to it.
Hey.
And then go out and learn. Join an organization that's going to teach you how to do it safely. There's a lot of organizations out there.
I have a quick question for you. Okay, so husband and wife, let's just use them. Okay, it doesn't matter, boyfriend, girlfriend.
Boyfriend, girlfriend.
It doesn't matter, whatever. Okay, boyfriend, girlfriend's cool. You're supposed to be best friends, right? Best friend, because let me be honest, because you're best friends first and everything else, because you have to be the best of friends to be lovers. And to me, like is as important as love, if not more. You gotta like being with them. You might love them, you might hate them. If you hate them, you gotta like them, right? Wouldn't you agree with that?
Right.
Why do so many...
Yes, you would want to be with them.
Well, no, you say that, but I love you. Forget love. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, of course, and I'm not saying you shouldn't say it. I like you. That's a very important term. People don't say that. I like you.
Right.
I like being with you. I like going to the movies with you. I like hanging out with you. I like going shopping with you. I like you. I like your company. Not just I love you. A lot of people love each other, but they don't like each other. Tons. I know tons of people like that. My question is, why don't people, they're supposed to say they're best friends, like each other, and they're supposed to be comfortable with each other, why don't they tell their partner what's on their mind? Are they afraid of being chastised? Afraid of being laughed at? Why, overall?
Fear. There is, the top thing is fear. People are afraid of rejection.
How do you get past the fear?
People are afraid of not being accepted.
Okay.
And in order to pass that fear, it is deciding for yourself, are you willing to live a half-truth?
Okay.
Are you willing to, accept the fact that you're not going to be honest with your partner? You're going to wait 10, 20 years and then decide that, oh, well, maybe now I can tell you that I'm kinky. Maybe now I can tell you that I would like sex if I can tie you up or if you can tie me up or whatever it is. And so, that's where I see a lot of individuals will actually start looking outside of their relationship and have issues with, deciding to have someone outside of the relationship because they're afraid that they'll lose their primary relationship.
Gotcha.
And I always tell people, if you're going to do that, then decide, is this person really the one that you want to be with all your life?
There you go.
If they're going to reject you now, then let it happen now instead of 10, 20 years down the road when you've built your entire life around this person.
Wow.
I mean, I'd rather somebody say, Charlie, I can't stand you right now, today, than me falling in love with them and 10 years later, they say, well, all these things that I've been holding in, and then they just throw them all.
No, I was just, and the answer doesn't surprise me, the fear part. I'm just, I had to ask.
It is fear of losing what you have. It's fear of being rejected. It's fear of being thought that there's something mentally wrong with you.
Well, there's something mentally wrong with me.
Definitely.
There's no doubt there's something wrong with me. You know what, though, Charlie? In all seriousness, I'm not. There's something wrong mentally with all of us. If people would accept that we're all a little bit goofy, seriously, and certain things. Hang on, let me finish. And certain things you like because you like it. You don't have to have a reason. Like, why do I like ribeye over a strip steak? You don't have to know why. You just do. Why do I like this? Why does that turn me on? Why does that intrigue me? You don't have to always know why. If you like it, you like it. If black is your favorite color, if purple is your favorite color, that's it.
Orange is the new black, by the way.
Orange is you see what I'm saying? I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to. As long as it's not hurting anybody, you're not doing anything illegal. It doesn't. See, that's the thing. That's why it blows my mind.
And as long
People
as
don't tell each other. Of course.
An observation here: both of you are dominant personalities. I can tell.
I'm not going to be sorry.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying. See there, you were trying to talk. She was trying to talk.
Well,
she had to be.
She's a very
subservient
not at all.
Hey,
not at all.
Shut up over there.
Okay. We both want to share as much as we can in the time that we have.
There you go.
And
you guys should share together. I'm getting on kayak.com and I'm booking a flight for one of you two. I don't know who's going where.
Well, you can come to BDSM Writers Con.
No.
Oh, yeah, no. Wait, we got to tell this. Hey, this is kind of part of the agreement. Yeah.
BDMWriters.com, you said?
BDSMWriters.com. Oh,
BDSM Writers Con.
Like con convention.
BDSMWritersCon.com. What is it?
BDSM Writers Con is a place that I've created where authors and readers of dominance and submission come together to learn.
When is this?
Workshops.
It's ongoing.
Yes, it's August 20th to the 23rd in New York City.
I'm not coming.
And you're welcome to come to
My daughter lives there. I could take the kids with me.
You can take the
Come on, kids. Let's go to a BDSM seminar.
Dr. Charlie here has a gold mine right now.
God bless
you're
her.
starting this at the right time, I would say, because I would have to think.
Actually, we've been around for over 4 years.
Oh, my God.
If the books people would have come to me and
now's the time.
And gotten some education, it would have been much better.
All right, when is it? Where's the thingy? We're in Staten Island? Where's the thingy?
In New York City.
Where? It's a big city. Oh, my daughter lives in Manhattan. Perfect.
I've heard of this place.
Yes.
I can visit over the weekend and come up. Yeah.
If you go to the website, BDSMWritersCon.com, you can get all the information. We have, we're at the hotel, and the hotel is giving us discounts. We have workshops, live demos. We actually take people to the BDSM club, a private club, that this way you can see it in action. We have authors that have been writing about dominance and submission, and they'll be there to talk to the readers as well. Also, we have people that have been coming for the past 4 years of learning about the lifestyle for personal use or for just their writing. We also have Smashwords for those that are writers or want to be writers. Smashwords, which is one of the biggest electronic publishers there is actually coming to do a couple of workshops with us. We have lifestyle practitioners that are coming in to do live demos for us. So, I mean, there's just so much. And
sounds great. Charlie, I got to let you run, sweetheart.
We also have lots of mix and mingles. So.
All right. Thank you so much. I got to let you run. We're hitting a break.